in the previous interview said that it's time for Team Gosu, it's time for us to bring out our trump card. I'm excited to see what the trump card is.
Yeah, speaking of the trump cards as well, I like how we are matching teams as well. Blue team, red team, and we have one on the blue side. We saw Burmese Ghouls, my team here.
Yeah, I mean, I can settle with Team Gosu. They look like fun guys. And especially, you look at the camera right now. This particular guy, he loves the camera. He's having fun. His expression is just amazing. But now it's all about seriousness. It's all about trying to bag these wins. They need a clean 2-0 to stay alive in this group stage, or else they will be out. And unfortunately, it's against the strongest team that they have to face so far.
Well, it's not unfortunate here because why? They will be making the history here if they manage to take down the win here. But as of now, Burmese Ghouls opening things off with the high loss pick. Gosu will pick off the guard Marsha and also the Grok themselves here. Not too sure how they're going to be playing this here, but at the same time, we've seen some quick succession so far. But PV and DV, also known as Panda apparently. I didn't realize it, but it's apparently Panda coming from PV and DV. So Burmese Ghouls, Jawhead, that is going to be his signature over there. Kid001 with the famed Lunox as well. Pretty standard stuff coming from Burmese Ghouls. And not too sure if Team Gosu has an answer to that. And it seems to me they are going to be picking the Valor.
Yeah, the problem that Burmese Ghouls present at least to this group is the fact that they have Jawhead, one of the most successful heroes that Panda played, and other than that they have the Ministar that have yet to shown after that one game. But this particular Jawhead is the problem for the drafting phase, because you can't just simply dedicate a ban to Jawhead because you open up so much. If you ban a Jawhead, you're opening up the two other priority picks that it's just not worth to kind of surrender to Burmese Ghouls. So they are most likely going to get that Jawhead almost every single game.
Yeah,
and the only way for any team, even for any team, not just Team Gosu, to deal against the Jawhead is to find a way to play around what Burmese Ghouls wants to achieve. And no team has ever done that just yet.
Yeah, that's something we have to figure out later on here. But hopefully, if Team Gosu figure this out, they'll be able to overcome this here. But the carry has been banned here. They are going to be playing a double tank composition, which is going to be super tanky here. Now they have the Grok. Marsha is kind of one of those heroes that deals really well. But well, Kimmy is kind of bad as well. So we're looking at a limited pool in terms of marksmen here coming from both teams. So Cloud is still in the pool. Granger definitely for sure. Is Team Gosu going to be playing Granger? We shall see, because right now they have the Valor pick. So Burmese Ghoul may consider taking the Lolita and then transition into maybe the Chang'e as well. But seems to me Team Gosu will be picking the Bruno for themselves.
Yeah, they definitely want to score a goal for this series. Bruno has been picked twice. This is going to be the third time we see Bruno on the battlefield. And I actually had a little chat with the broadcaster for the Malay broadcast this morning. I chatted with Admas. We talked about how there's an abundance of marksmen that each team can go for, but because we're focused so much on carry, we're focused so much on that Granger, we kind of left out that there's Bruno and there's even Moskov that can be picked if the situation calls for it.
Well, yeah, that is something that is going to be a niche thing here as well. When you talk about the Moskov, right? But I feel like it's kind of out of meta just because all these other teams is able to bring out such an early aggression, right? Like Moskov is kind of a little bit late towards the later stage game here. Even Bruno was something that I was really shocked of coming from Burmese Ghouls, that they actually pulled it off, because it takes too long to come online. Like, yes, you have this early Creed aggression here, but you need to set things up for teams. But that's the whole point of marksman, right? I agree with you, say Moskov can be played, but I feel like in terms of meta-wise, in terms of mobility, you know, for me, I think Bruno will be a safer choice in that sense. But I don't know, you know, I don't think this Bruno is going to be able to do much, at least for a good solid first 6 minutes of the game. Yeah, you definitely need time. It's something like the carry, something like the Moskov, right? It's all about the build-up. The Claude as well falls into almost the same category. Oh, yeah.
But Burmese Ghouls will lock in that Baxia as that last pick. We've not seen too much success on this hero just yet. The only team that's been able to pull off an amazing Baxia game was our RQ against Evo's SG, while as what I believe Tutu said, a direct counter to the high loss.
Definitely here, but in this case here, there's not much counter to work with here. Burmese Ghouls, they had the Baxia for themselves. Not too sure how. Okay, maybe the Baxia is great. Okay, that's the thing, right? We've always focused on his passive ability here, which counters off whatever healing that's going to be dished out. It's kind of like a free Necklace of Durance or Sea Hilbert in these regards. But we're talking about cutting back lines, right? If you pay attention to Team Gosu's draft, all of their drafts kind of have this really annoying heroes to catch with. In this case, would be the Valir.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, to close the distance, I agree with what Gideon says as well. Baxter is kind of like a rip-off version of Johnson. So you kind of dodge your way through to the backlines and try to pick on off themselves. So I think that's kind of game plan here from Burmese Ghouls, but that's the whole point. They had the Jawhead initially, right?
Yeah, and the Jawhead is a threat on his own. He does not have to purposely rush in with the ultimate and get a pick off or rush in and eject someone into his team. The fact that Jawhead is in the vicinity, in proximity of the Gosu cores makes him a big enough threat that Gosu might just hesitate to pull the trigger. But again, against this Jawhead, because the nature of this hero is aggressive, you might want to take the fight straight to Burmese Ghouls.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, here, this is going to be the fourth series for today. It's going to be Burmese Ghouls going up against Team Gosu from the USA and also from Myanmar, coming in from Burmese Ghouls.
Yeah, and Lady Liberty is definitely watching this series right now. USA, Team Gosu, their first tournament for MLBB, their first championship as a team. And they are in this predicament, this deciding series against Burmese Ghouls, topping that Group B. It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely going to be fun to watch.
Yes, definitely here. But Panda will be on the off-lane role here. He's going to OP himself. He does have the high and dry assassin emblem here. And he's going to try to buy a little bit of time here. But Team Gosu, he's going to be trying to steal off this buff. Nicely done here from Kendry. And I don't think he's going to get punished here. But here comes Ice with the stun. Here comes follow-up from Kid001. The flicker from Kendry. He's going to buy time here. Apparently, I think he's going to get picked off, but Burmese Ghouls ignore him.
He's gonna get out. There's no point wasting time trying to chase down this Masha. She does have the mobility. She has the extra movement speed, and it's just way too much of a hassle to try and catch her off. And Team Gosu, they're doing what Burmese Ghouls did this morning to Team Axis. They got that first turret in under a minute and a half. Perfectly done by Team Gosu.
Well, before that here, for those of you watching here, there is going to be a redemption code for you to redeem some skins or some prizes here. This is the code for you guys. Type in right now. There's going to be a limited amount here for those of you trying to redeem it here. But as of now, remember to redeem here, but hold that thought for now because on top side here, Panda going for the dive here, but unfortunately doesn't seem to be able to connect those ejector here. However, Reezy in some trouble. Here comes the darkness here. He's going to go for the catch here. And how will they do this?
And Basic is going to go in, has the Phantom Steed, runs out at the last second, but it's okay. And I want to point out what Basic did with that Leomon. It was perfectly done. So Panda tried to go in for the eject. He got the Steed, he knocked Panda back, canceled the eject animation to avoid getting tossed back into the incoming Burmese Ghouls. But that will give the blue team the turtle at least, and Team Gosu, at least they did not lose a single member.
Yep, you can see Roly Boly here. He's going to try and find a target here. He has the information to work with. He saw two members from side of Team Gosu. In this case, maybe, maybe he's in some trouble here. Revitalize that and try and buy a little bit of time for the rest of the teams to set this up. But unfortunately, gets picked off here. Mistakes were made. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication. But Kid001, he wants to retaliate. But well, looks like he seems to be disengaging this fight.
Oh, Team Gosu, they say they're bouncing back. We look at the replay for just now. Maybe completely caught out. Not his fault though. Team Gosu, they came in with a perfect collapse to make sure that he was not able to use that glorious pathway to get out. And because of that, Team Gosu managed to stall out Burmese Ghouls' aggression.
Yep, speaking of which, we see a little bit of harassment coming from Burmese Ghouls. They want to contest the blue buff now. And Team Gosu, how are they going to respond to this? Stun onto us maybe, but at the same time, oh no, Ice! He was trying to go back, but unfortunately gets cancelled here. And Kendry being sneaky again, trying to steal off the blue buff for himself, but it seems to me he's going to make his attempt here. He knows Kid001 needs the buff, but forces a flicker. Kendry, is it going to be alright? Here comes the glorious buff with the stun. Two-man connection here, but the team gets picked off here because Basic from the side. Team Gosu, they steal the blue buff, they take him down, and now they are split up. How will they do this?
And his Team Gosu managed to pick up the Lunox in the beginning, which pick up one coin in the beginning means that Boomers go, they're running out of gas. Panda tries to go in and to make something happen, not able to do so, and now Ice as the Boxer has to retreat immediately. Polo is there as the backup for Team Gosu, and just great execution from the American squad.
Wow, Kendry with the baits here, space created all by himself, and Burmese Ghouls, they definitely weren't expecting such an aggressive Marsha coming in here. And usually we always see the split push potential, but Kendry is making full use of those abilities that the Marsha has to offer, the invulnerabilities to buy time for the team, and it's working out for them. And as of now, Team Gosu, they're a 700 goal lead overall compared to Burmese Ghouls. Pretty 50-50, but as of now, Ice, uh-oh.
Ice again called out, has a glorious pathway. This time the rejuvenate, the revitalize, actually keeping him alive. So Team Gosu not able to get anything in return, but Kid now joins the fight. Maybe finding that pick onto Paulo, forcing him back. Breezy is now isolated from the rest of his team as Ace tries to go for the chase. Not able to get that, but Turtle is up. Burmese Ghouls, the second turtle will be the target. Team Gosu this time, they might be ready to collapse as they immediately flawless duet, but Ace, way too ambitious, will be picked up, and this time for Team Gosu to strike back. Basic dropping low, but able to stave off Burmese Ghouls on that turtle attack. Team Gosu again, perfect patience.
That was ridiculous crit coming from the Leomon and the Bruno as well. As soon as his HP dropped below the 30% mark, one swing and Ace was taken out here. A little bit late with the revitalize there, but a nice call there. Nice reactions coming from Team Gosu, and currently they are in the lead with the Masha, and Team Gosu, they're on the chase with the Phantom Steed now.
Kid again being called out for the third time, and that is a killing spree for Basic. Gets the pushback onto Ice. Here comes Ace, goes right in, tries to deal the damage, but they're not able to do so. Glorious parry for Maybe though. Maybe this is the chance for Burmese Ghouls, but for them it's just a retreat call. They are signaling the red flag. They're not going to take this fight against Team Gosu.
Yep, they're going to be playing this a little bit safe here. Burmese Ghouls, they are losing in terms of economy, but the gold buff once again. Team Gosu, they want to contest this, but will they be able to? Your Demon Hunter sword up on towards the Masha already here, and Ice tried to pick off into his Valer, but unfortunately doesn't seem to connect the dot.
And I want to take this quick moment to just commend what Kenray is doing. He's feeling really good on this Masha after that previous series against Candy comeback. He's creating so much space. This jaw hit by Panda, he was supposed to go around following the rest of the Ghouls, create space, but because of Kenray, Jawhead Panda is stuck in the same lane for the longest time ever. Kenray is just walking away with Grand Theft Auto in the jungle, in the lane, and Burmese Ghouls, they want to force this fight. Glorious pathway and a flawless duet straight into the backline. Paulo gets caught out. Breezy is gonna melt as well. Ace, this initiation is not as ambitious, and it will pay off. Now Basic gonna jump in, try to fight this Claw, but Claw will get to safety. General has to retreat as well, and Burmese Ghouls, my force team goes to bow down to them. They'll settle for 2 kills and they'll lose 1 in return.
What a huge blazing duet there coming from Ace. Very ambitious, but definitely Team Gosu wasn't expecting a fully stacked Cloud there, and you can see this engagement from the backlines. Blazing duet cuts out 2 to 3 members. Everyone was dropping so low. Basic was caught out as well, which gave them kind of a slight edge here, but nice save there coming from General for just zoning off 007. They wanted the objectives, unfortunately. Oh, the stun from Panda. He tried to go for a stun.
Oh,
however,
Ice. Again, call out. You have the Revitalize to keep him alive. Glorious Pathway is there, and Law and Order on top of Breezy. Breezy will flicker to safety. General hitting that soccer ball onto Ace 07 will send him back to the rest of his team. But again, Team Gosu, they had this issue against the series when they were playing against Axis Esports. The front line was split from the course, and that was exactly what happened in the fight that Ace saw an amazing opportunity for that flawless duet. Hopefully Team Gosu noticed that and will rectify it in the upcoming fights.
Well, maybe, but at the same time here, Ace 007, he's got a brand new golden staff now. This Cloud is going to slowly but surely hit like a truck. Kenray, he's going to try and solo Jawhead all by himself out on the Panda, but the blue buff, once again, Team Gosu, they want to reset this fight, and Burmese Ghouls, they want to contest this here. Nice wall block there, and unfortunately, no contestants coming from Burmese Ghouls now.
Team Gosu, they might go for the clash right now. They see the opportunity. Kenray, he knows he can fight, and Burmese Ghouls, they know they can't. So Team Gosu, again, forcing Burmese Ghouls back. They're playing it slow and meticulous. First for today, first for Team Gosu at least, and Burmese Ghouls, they're finding it slightly hard to penetrate the red team.
Well, seems to me right now they are respecting each other's boundaries here. The blue buff has always been contested from both sides here, and Burmese Ghouls, they want to make an engagement here, and wall charge away. Space created coming from Breezy. 007 is going to clear out the mid lane, but for the Lord is going to be up for grabs. Ice going to roam his way through, open up the map a little bit more to get those information to try to catch out one of the members, maybe even some of the members from the side of Team Gosu. Will they be able to do that? That's going to be the question, but we know Lord is going to be the objective coming in from both sides now.
Team Gosu, they actually set up the top minion wave, so they don't have to worry about that particular lane for now, and the entirety of their attention is going to be focused on that lower area. And Burmese Ghouls know that. They know that they have to protect this lower area, and the fantasy does come out. Ice call out once again, Glorious Pathway, and Rejuvenate does keep the Bugs there alive, but now Burmese Ghouls, time for the re-engage. Here comes Panda trying to look for a target, and he will find the valid. Polo though does survive, and that means that Panda is isolated from rest of the team. Great wild charge from Breezy as Team Gosu breeze through the fire. It's unstoppable for Basic. Team Gosu with the perfect response.
Oh wow, Burmese Ghouls, they tried to dive, overcommit towards Polo, tried to take down the Valor himself. Unfortunately gets picked off, but now it's not over yet right now. He wants to pick off Basic here. Ice does not have the damage or the movement speed to chase towards Leomon here. They need Kid 001 to do this fight. However, great attempt there from the Team Gosu here. They punish Panda for that misplay here to try to overextend towards Polo and did not get the kill from San Burmese Ghouls.
And at the same time, because Kid 001 got picked off 3 times in a row by Basic in the early game, this Leomon is 5-0-2. We talk about how he is the neutral pick. He is the pick that does not counters too much hero, but does not have much counter. Safe, stable, always able to scale, and you give him such a big lead, Team Gosu will ride that wave.
Yep, Wind Talker is up on the Masha here. He's going to make a little bit more movement speeds here coming in from Kenry. He's going to be very, very quickly here. But Ace, he's all by himself. He's trying to buy them at time here. The Lord is going to be up for grabs. Ace tries to go for the juke. They raid for him. Kenry will get one-shotted. Kenry will take him down, and Team Gosu, their one-man advantage right now.
And Burmese Ghouls still want to take this fight. Brilliance from Kid. He will find a kill on the Valley first, and here comes Panda with the eject on top of Basic as well. They find the Bruno, and it's the double alley-oop. The slam dunk from Panda. Burmese Ghouls, they will stop that Lord attempt.
Ooh, they needed that kill. They needed those wins here, but at the same time, they've lost Ace in the process. Definitely a worthy process. Burmese Ghouls, they've lost a lot of fights here. They're trying to equalize the economy here, and so far, so good. They lose in terms of four kills here, but at the same time, they definitely were able to keep up in terms of momentum here. It's not over yet for Burmese Ghouls, but a Team Gosu, they need to find a way to apply the pressure even harder now. Kenry is doing exactly that right now from side of Team Gosu.
And if you are a Marsha and you are able to run around the map like this, you're going to pose a lot of problem for Burmese Ghouls. Kenry has been keeping Panda in check for the longest time ever, and now he's diverting the resources of Burmese Ghouls. There's 4 members from the blue team trying to chase him out. Ace will find him. Panda as well coming in, trying to go for the eject, and Kenry knows he's going to die, but he's bought enough space, and hopefully this is worth for Team Gosu.
That is crazy there, you know, throwing his body to just buy space, but Team Gosu, they lost the earlier fight here. They don't mind throwing this body here to open up the map, and that's exactly what they have done. But as of now, Team Gosu, they need to win this fight. Panda catches on the Basic. He misses the Phantom
Seed. He gets tossed away from the Phantom Seed, and here comes the glorious pathway. Basic's not going to make it out of this one. The shutdown for the Hylos, and maybe it's going to be Burmese Ghouls' turn to turn things around. Ice with the engage for the Baxter Shield Unity. He does roll right in. Burmese Ghouls, the rest of the team starting on that Lord, but they will be ready to collapse if Team Gosu whoever comes near. Lord down to 50%. Can Team Gosu pull off anything? They're going to push the middle wave out. They concede this Lord as he will go over to the way of Burmese Ghouls. The retribution is here, and Burmese Ghouls will continue to collapse, but great maneuver from General to take out the tier 2 mid. He has bought time for the rest of his team, but can he get away? No, Panda follows him. He needs one more K, but it seems like he won't get that, and he will be slain by Ice.
Nicely done there, coming in from Burmese Ghouls to make that retaliation, but Team Gosu, Kenry, they're in some trouble now because why he's getting dived pretty hard. Here comes Kid as well with the darkness here. He's gonna go in for the dive, but unfortunately a little bit too quick there, like you said, with the Wind Talker as well. But Burmese Ghouls right now, they managed to equalize the score. They're gonna try, this not in the lead yet, but the Lord is gonna be in their favor. Burmese Ghouls is gonna try and capitalize in all this situation. Team Gosu, how will they fight this year? They need to wait for the Blue General to actually come online now.
Yeah, the later the game goes, the better it is for Team Gosu. The first time that this team has a goal lead the entire day, and it's against the strongest team in the group as well. However, Burmese Ghouls, because of that Lord, they can easily go for this siege. You can see they're pushing 1 and 4, 2 lanes, getting pressured at the same time. This is where Kenry is going to do what he does best. Split push the bottom lane, hope that his team can hold it, but Burmese Ghouls might not let that happen. Breezy immediately ejected to the back of the Burmese Ghouls team, has to wild charge to safety, and that is good for them. Basic trying to get a push back, Valley with the defense, but Polo not enough, and the blazing duet from A007 will make sure that Burmese Ghouls will get the kills that they need, and this should be the final push. Kenry does recall back, can he defend his base? A few final touches from Burmese Ghouls, and they will secure game 1 of this best of 3.
Why? Oh my, that was a close call there from Team Gosu. They gave Burmese Ghouls a run for their money, and because of that, you saw how things almost went south for them. But Team Gosu, they definitely stepped it up here. They look like a pretty strong team now.
Yeah, in game 1, I think Team Gosu really stepped up their game with the picks. I'm not sure which the trump card is, but I feel like maybe the trump card that they refer to could be the Bruno, could be the Leomord, because these two, especially the Leomord basic, has had an amazing performance in game 1.
Yeah,
the only mistake was that Kenray didn't recall fast enough because he thought the team could hold. Burmese Ghouls did not let that happen.
Yeah, I like how Burmese Ghouls, they understood that this Masha is just buying a lot of time. They completely ignored them. But at the same time, you know, they were struggling a lot because of this Masha as well. And Burmese Ghouls, they might consider banning the Masha in the next pick here because it's super annoying in terms of lane control here. But you still have to give credit towards the decision makings being made from Burmese Ghouls. Even in the middle fight and the late fights here in the last fight, where you saw how the support's coming from maybe with the Glorious Pathway, just making sure they keep that in track here. And there was a few times here, they made a little mistake here, right here. Maybe he knew he could have just run all the way back for his Glorious Pathway, but as soon as he saw the damage output, even with that, as soon as he goes out for the revive, he's pretty much dead. So might as well just buy a little bit of time. And that was a salvage decision that he made. Very nicely done.
And you can see that from the get-go, Team Gosu had such a big lead. This is where Panda tried to come in and make something happen. That was not the case, and Team Gosu had full control. They had the goal lead the entire game up until those last final moments, and this is where the turnaround point began for Burmese Ghouls. A007 recognized that the front line from Team Gosu was not there with the cause. Blazing Duet finishes off the back line, and Burmese Ghouls, because of this, they were able to regain the momentum ever so slightly.
Yeah, definitely. But as the game progressed as well, Ice from side Burmese Ghouls was struggling a lot, but at the same time, he was doing the necessary job as a tank. Just dish out, bait out as much spells. And this was the play here from Panda. He made a mistake. He went in for the dive, but could not eject Hollow in time. And because of that overcommitment, everyone from side of Burmese Ghouls kind of overextended and just got punished. And this is where there was the second blunder coming from Burmese Ghouls, which allowed Team Gosu to just maintain their lead.
But this was where Panda got retribution. This is where he redeemed himself. He waited patiently for Violet to retreat, and then the toss was perfect. Both cores were caught and basing now. This is where Team Gosu started to go into a bit of panic mode to recover from those mishaps, and it never happened. They tried to buy space, they tried to push lanes, they tried to contest objective. Burmese Ghouls responded to every single call that Team Gosu made, and with that, the Lord and the end of the game.
Yeah, Panda definitely a master of the draw hit here. Except for their one-time blunder, every single fight that they won, it's all because Panda that started things off. Even this one as well, they forced Breezy to have to back off, which opens up the map a little bit here for them to actually contest the crystal. And this time, because of this opening of the map, right, they just got this entire control. They're just able to just tag the crystal. They don't even need to go for team fight. They just aim objectives here. So very nicely done here from the side of Burmese Ghouls. Yeah,
and Crystal is always going to be the final objective for any team for the win. And with that win, Burmese Ghouls, they have locked in officially first place in Group B. They don't have to worry about their standings anymore. But of course, this is not the end of the best of 3. They still have potentially 2 more games if Gosu can make a comeback. But they definitely have proven Group B is their territory.
Yeah, definitely here. But currently Burmese Ghouls definitely having one of the highest points out of all the teams here. So far, flawless victory here, undefeated until now. They have total up to about right now
7 points.
7 points for sure. And if they take a 2-0 against Team Gosu, that's gonna be what, 9 points?
9 points. Yeah.
So undefeated. I don't know. Team Gosu.
They're still enjoying this. They still have fun. They managed to take a win, to take the series off of Candy Comeback. This is their first tournament, and then he's not happy with that. He's not happy with that loss, but I'm pretty sure Team Gosu, they tried their best, especially in putting out such a fight against Burmese Ghouls. I must say, even Burmese Ghouls against Team Axis Esports and Candy Comeback, none of these two teams have been able to give Burmese Ghouls a goal deficit, and Team Gosu, they are the first one to do so.
Oh yeah. But at the same time here, Team Gosu, do you think the 2-1 win against Burmese Ghouls is going to be able to skyrocket them into its top 2?
Top 2, maybe not possible. I mean, you need the stars to align in that final series. We still have one more series between Axis Esports and Candy Comeback, and Team Gosu need a miracle to happen. They need to win the next 2 games and pray that the last series goes their way. They need all the universe to be in their favor, not just Lady Luck. But right now, the draft of the second game has begun. Kufra and Kimi will be the first two to go.
Yep, pretty standard so coming from both teams here, but at the same time, I feel like Burmese Ghouls, they may consider just banning off the Marsha. They just don't want to deal with it from side team Gosu.
Yeah, and Kufra, we've only seen Kufra once, and we got to cast that game between RRQ and VFM, and Kufra was the tyrant that everyone feared. Got VFM one of the most dominating victories against RRQ. Kimi as well. We saw Kimi play earlier on, and by Candy comeback, it was devastating. Team Gosu had to fight with their lives to beat that Kimi lineup. And this time, Team Gosu, they'll take out the high loss as well.
Yeah, speaking of the high lows here, Grok is going to be in the pool, but if they decide to just ban the Grok here, both teams are forced to play non-meta tanks here. But at the same time, Kaja is going to be in the pool as well. Damu's tank is not that great.
Xbox is still
Xbox for sure in the pool as well. And then we haven't seen Theresa at all anymore ever since the nerf. We did see a couple games in the Malaysia-Singapore region, but at the same time, not gonna happen. You know, I don't think anyone's gonna be picking the Rizla here. But Grok, first pick here, they are gonna be forcing Gosu to pick that Grok here from Burmese Ghouls, so they can actually open up the Marsha for themselves if and only if they go for it.
The Burmese Ghouls are daring Gosu. Do you want Grok? Do you want Xbox? There are a couple of choices for Team Gosu to go for, but they're gonna settle for the Grok.
Yeah, seems to me it is gonna be Grok here, but the Xbox is gonna be up for grabs. Burmese Ghouls, they may consider just taking the Xbox and leaving the Jawhead open here. Like, do they even need Panda's Jawhead in this game? Yeah, I don't think so, right?
I mean, you don't lose anything by not picking the Jawhead, because you know for a fact that Team Gosu will not be picking that Jawhead. That is the advantage.
Non-meta.
The advantage, of non-meta. The advantage that Burmese Ghouls has. You leave the Jawhead open, no one's gonna pick it. You leave the Ministar open, no one's gonna pick it. So for Burmese Ghouls, they are in a really sweet spot.
Yeah, not to mention as well, Harif is kind of in full. So the Minsitar, people would actually pick it if you actually decide to actually go for the Harif here. But looks like you were wrong. Seems to me Burmese Ghouls will prioritize on picking the Jawhead for Panda. Maybe just because they could consider like, hey, this could be an offlane Jawhead. It might be a tank Jawhead. It seems to me they are giving away the Xbox, throwing towards Team Gosu. It seems to me Burmese Ghouls, they're trying something new here.
Yeah, this is generosity from Burmese Ghouls. They're giving away all these picks to Team Gosu because they are confident in Panda's Jawhead. And we've seen Panda's Jawhead doing absolutely amazing. And now maybe, like you say, they might try something. We have talked about Kagura since day one. We have not seen that just yet. Zax at one point could be the annoying mage that, you know, if you fall back to the very niche pool, you might consider it, but we have not seen it just yet. Burmese Ghouls, though, they're toying with our feelings. They're hovering over that Zax, but I'm not putting too much money on it.
Yeah,
there we go.
Harif for sure is a must pick here. It's kind of one of the strongest mage in terms of early aggression, especially if you want to fight against a Grok, right? But they have a Kaja available, so in terms of early aggression here, Burmese Ghouls, they have a very, very, very strong early lineup here, composition, just because they have a Jawhead, Kaja, and Harif. But at the same time, in terms of early as well, you have to put Xbox in the picture. One of the craziest, earliest offlaners that you can think of, especially on the fighter role.
Yeah, and of course with the last insanity, a skill that everyone just fears. Xbox just gains so much with his Viagra armor as well. With that last insanity, we've seen what Candy Comeback did, was able to accomplish with Xbox. Even though they lost, the potential of this hero is just absolutely amazing. But Team Gosu, they will ban out the carry for the second time.
Yeah, carry. What's going to be the next ban here? Let's see. They have a marksman, they have an offlane here from Gosu, but they do not have a secondary tank or a mage here. So in terms of mage department here, the mage that they need to be worried of from side of Burmese Ghouls would be the Esmeralda. But Esmeralda composition with their current lineup is kind of like a 50-50 situation, but never mind, it's out.
Your team
it's out. It's out the window.
Esmeralda, I think the last ban by Burmese Ghouls. And for Team Gosu, I wouldn't mind if they fall back to their Leo mode once again. It felt like Leo mode is slightly more comfortable, but because of the presence of the Xbox, I highly doubt so. Now they need the second tank. No high loss. Arca is going to be one, but it's not really within the Team Gosu meta. They will lock in their Lunox. Is this going to be the first Digi pick? I think it might be.
Yeah, I actually like the Digi pick here. Like, the Digig's time journey here deals completely well with the Divine Judgment as well as
your team is picking.
With the Jawhead as well. So it's kind of breaks free a little bit here, but the timing must be tip-top spot on. for him to actually pull it off. So it's all up towards Team Gosu's Digi to actually make those kind of mid 5v5 mid engagements here. But seeing how the Digi goes here, Burmese Ghouls, they took out Esmeralda. It immediately opens up the Digi. What do they pick here? They need a Franco. Yeah, Franco is great here. Like,